How's everybody doing? My name's Nick. I do a lot of working on the truck videos, working on the shop, sometimes construction videos on my house. That's rare nowadays. But I did a ran 2,500 video series. I must be 60 videos. I'll link to some in the description. I built this thing up crazy. It's got solar, it's got a camper, it's got all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm almost done with it. We'll get to those in the future. But I also do videos on older cars. This is a 2000 Yukon XL 2500. I just picked it up with 165,000 miles. It was one owner, mint front to back, no rust, just absolutely perfect. I paid a whole bunch of money for it, but it still had some just maintenance things that I needed to do. One is the valve cover gaskets. Looked like it was leaking a little bit, so I figured, hey, I'm losing a little oil. I don't know where it's going. Let's take care of these valve cover gaskets. And I thought about doing a video on it, on a how-to. So I said, okay, let's search and see who's done videos on this. And maybe I don't need to do it. Maybe it's not worth it. I don't like to add videos unless I have something new to talk about. And I saw that Car Wizard did a video. That guy's videos are great. He's always got the same. He's always got that same tone throughout the video. He seems like a guy that, like, him getting mad when he works on the car is like, that's probably him getting mad. He seems so, that's how you want a mechanic to be. I'm not like that. I get annoyed. But this guy is probably just like, shucks. That's right. It seems like it. Maybe it's not, but he makes a great video, but you never see him working on cars for many reasons, I think. He doesn't work on customer cars. Why? He wants to get the customer cars done and out of there. He doesn't want to make videos on them. And he also, probably for liability reasons too, he just wants to fix them, tell you what, he wants to find out what's wrong with them, maybe tell you what's wrong with them, and then fix them off camera and then send them out of there. That's smart. But every once in a while, he'll do a video where he fixes something. Usually it's like his car or his boat, or maybe a friend's car or something like that. And in this particular video, he was fixing his Avalanche. And here's what he did. He did this side, which is the easier side. Now, in the book, I believe this side is 0.6 hours, and this side is 0.7. Now you say, okay, 1/10 of an hour. How much harder can this be? Well, if you don't know the trick, it's a lot harder. It's not 0.1. It's not 5 minutes. It's not. You have to know the trick. It's a simple trick, but if you don't know it, you're going to struggle for a while. So I'm going to talk about that. But the other thing he didn't do was he didn't do the rubber grommets on the bolts. So I'm going to show you a trick on how to get those. And he actually kind of showed the trick, but not really. And the trick is silicone spray. Just like he's used in many other applications, silicone spray is going to allow you to push that little rubber grommet over the lip. There's a little metal lip there. It's very difficult to get that rubber grommet over that lip if you don't spray them with silicone. Maybe you can heat them up a little bit with a heat gun. I probably wouldn't do that. Just use the silicone spray, put them down on a hard surface and push down on there. Don't try and use a socket or anything like that to push it over. It's not worth it. You'll end up breaking the grommet. So that's the first tip. Now the other tip is on this side. Okay, you need to take the coil rack. There's a rack, a little bracket that holds all 4 coils. On this side, it's very easy. But on this side, there's a hidden bolt that you can't see because of the way the firewall is shaped on this side. Maybe there's a possibility if you have a special like S-shaped wrench, maybe you can get back there and like do a million turns to get it off. The easier thing is that you take the coil off. The last coil is 2 10mm bolts. You have to pull the wire because there's one bolt underneath the wire. You pull that wire, you take that 10mm, you take the other 10mm, and you will have clear access to this bolt. You might not, if you don't know it's there, sometimes you can't even see it back there. You take that coil off, very simple, you can get to the bolt. You still need to use a 1/4-inch ratchet with maybe a long socket just to get over there, or I use a combination wrench. Let me show you which one I use. This is a little combination wrench, a tiny one, it's flexible. These work great. If you don't have a combination wrench, you probably get back there with a 1/4-inch socket. Now the last tip I guess I'll give, the second to last wire, spark plug wire, I had to take that off as well. Now it just might have been the way the person did it the last time, but they had it wrapped around the wrong way of the oil dipstick bracket. It may be the same case on yours. You may have to take it off because the way it's tough to get the coil really out of there without taking that second to last wire off as well. So those are my tips. If you use Car Wizard, watch his video. obviously a really great video, and it's very funny. But he always fixes things. He's always like, and then you do this, and then it's very silent, and he's like, and then we take this off. It's like, he has the same monotone type, and he always throws in a little joke there that makes it very dry, super dry. He makes great videos. But if you watch that and you think to yourself, this side is going to be just as easy, maybe a hair, because he mentions, oh, there's some hoses in the way. It's not the hoses that are in the way. It's that coil. Now, he might have a special tool, but us DIYers, it's very, very difficult sometimes to have every single tool imaginable. The best thing you can do is take that last coil off. Okay, everyone, I will catch you on the next one.